What is up, everybody? It is Austin here from Gaming Entertainment Network, doing a beginner's guide to different heroes in Heroes of the Storm. And today we're taking a look at Malfurion. He is a ranged support character, so we're going to jump right into it. Now, we're going to go to his abilities first, then I'm going to stop for a second and kind of explain different things we need to ask ourselves when you are going to be playing this character. So first off, here's the abilities. Regrowth, it heals a person or you over time. You can do this on heroes and on minions or creeps or whatever. Second one is Moonfire. This is an attack that you can you can manually target who you're going to be putting it on. Entangling Roots, you lay a thing down on the ground and it does damage and roots the enemies. Innervate, you cannot do this on yourself, but you can do it on other heroes, and it pretty much increases their mana regeneration over time, every 10 seconds. And then the heroic abilities, we have Tranquility. This is, you press it, a big freaking circle around you. Anybody that's inside of that circle gets healed. And it lasts for 10 seconds. Then we have Twilight Dream. This is the second heroic ability, and this is another area around you. People get damaged and they are silenced for 3 seconds, and this can be upgraded. So these are the abilities you're going to be working with. Now I'm going to open up the talents here, and before we get into this, there's things you have to ask yourself. What are you wanting to do with Malfurion? He is ranged support, so by nature he is a utility player in this match, whatever match you're playing. But do you want to be doing a lot of damage? Do you want to be doing a lot of healing? Or do you want a combination of the two? And after you figure that out, let's say you want to do damage. What kind of damage are you wanting to do? So these are things you need to ask yourself. And as we go through these different talents, I'm going to show you what I pick for how I play. So up front, I try to play a balanced, a very balanced build between healing and damage. Sometimes I'll lean a little more towards the damage if I think we need it. And if it's a very aggressive team that we're going against and they're just slaughtering us, I'll try to lean more towards healing. But no matter what, I still want to be able to hold my own if I have to. If I have a team that's not cooperating at all, I'll freaking just go damage, and they screw them. They can heal themselves however they want to. I'm gonna do some damage. And all this is, not usually revealed at the beginning of the match. And you'll get better at determining what you need to do. So for level 1, the talents we have here. Conjurer's Pursuit. This increases your mana, like your permanent mana regeneration, the more that you pick up health globes. Then we have Moonburn. It increases non-heroic damage by 30%. Then we have Harmony. Returns mana for non-hero heals. So if you heal the creeps, or heal anything, if you've taken over a siege camp and those guys are taking damage, you can heal them, and it returns 100% of the mana that it costs. So you can just freaking heal these things for no loss to you, other than the cooldown. And then we have Scouting Drone. I don't even know why you would necessarily need to use this, but you can place a Scouting Drone wherever you want to, and you know how you have like the if none of your team is around that area, you can't see anything, you can just place a Scouting Drone there and see, what's going on there. But it can be taken down with 2 attacks, so it's, it doesn't even last that long. Sure, you might need to use this maybe in competitive play or something. Well, like the team leagues or the hero leagues or whatever. I always go with Conjurer's Pursuit, because like I've explained before, if you watched my guide for Jaina, if you can't do your abilities are how you do damage. If you can't do your abilities, you're not very effective. What do you need to do your abilities? You need mana. This is always good. The more mana you're bringing in, the more damage you can be doing with your abilities. So I always choose this. You can, take that with a grain of salt and go with whatever you want to, but that's freaking always what I do. Let's go to number 4 here. We have Vengeful Roots. Entangling Roots spawns a treant, however you say that. Next one, Innervate has a quicker cooldown and mana is returned faster. I don't ever use this one because, like, Innervate's not helping me. Innervate is only, I don't know. I don't use that. Innervate increases attack speed. This could be useful, but there are more useful abilities on this, so I will tell you what I use in a minute. Then we have Activate to shield an allied hero. If you're going in the support, you know, if you're specking to do a lot of healing, that's one thing. If you're specking to do some healing and just, you know, be a general overall support, this might be a good one if somebody's taking a crap ton of damage. You can just place a shield over them and they're protected. It can help them either get out of the way, or it could help them, you know, get that little bit more damage before the other creeps come in. That one could be useful. And this one, activate to place a ward which heals in an area. You know, again, this is for the healer, of course. Just, you know, does some AoE healing, which is nice. The one I usually go with is Entangling Roots spawns a treant, and this is something, since I want a good balance, what this does is, first of all, I can root a player, and also, if it's a group of creeps that I'm attacking, because there's also a thing on one of the other talents to increase the damage that Entangling Roots does. So I can place this, it's doing damage, and there's also a little tree person here that the creeps are going to attack before they attack me. So I've got a bodyguard all of a sudden. I can either do some damage or throw out some heals, whatever I need to do, and the focus is not going to be on me, it's going to be on this little tree dude, and he's going to be attacking and taking the damage for me. So I always do that just because it gives me a little more leniency for either the talents that I choose later to kind of play with those, because the responsibility is not solely on my survivability or my ability to heal, because this little tree dude is taking all the damage for a few seconds. So I always choose that one. Go down to number 7. I'm sorry, I'm going to try to keep this as quick as possible, because my other video was like freaking 17 minutes. So hopefully this one doesn't, you know, hit that. But anyway, basic attack decreases ability cooldowns. This is good, especially if you got that, like, a huge freaking amount of mana coming in. You can just pop off those abilities and then be doing some basic attacks, and you're going to get those abilities back quicker. Always nice. Increased regrowth duration. This increases regrowth by 6 seconds. Entangling Roots does more damage. This is the one I was talking about that makes that more effective. This, a passive ability. Increase basic ability ranges. You can attack from farther away. That's definitely useful. And this one, activate to heal and rearm structures. This is good if you want to be a support that is not only helping your teammates, but also keeping the integrity of your towers and everything up. If they've already gotten, you know, your towers have already gotten some damage on them, you can do this to essentially heal the towers, provided they're not fully damaged and destroyed. The one I usually go with is Entangling Roots does more damage, because, I don't know, I like that. I like to be able to do more damage. But if you want to lean more towards you know, the healing side of things, then this one, increased regrowth duration. This will, you know, be healing more because it's healing for longer. But, you know, these two, it depends on how you're building your character. Definitely between those two. So let's go to number 10. These are the heroic abilities. You have Tranquility and Twilight Dream. I always go with Tranquility, especially if I chose my level 7 ability to be more damage on Entangling Roots. I kind of want to balance that with having a heal, you know, more of a healing ability. If you want to go pure damage, freaking Twilight Dream. That's you have an area it's doing damage in, and it's silencing the enemies. But if you want to stick with a healing ability, Tranquility, it just, you know, like I said before, it heals within a certain radius of you. Number 13. Nearby heroes passively receive regrowth periodically. Again, you can kind of see a pattern here. If you want to be more of a healer, do this, because any hero that's near you, they're going to be getting healing, not as much as if you just did regrowth on them, but they will they'll get a portion of that over time. Full Moonfire. Moonfire has increased area and reduced mana cost. I usually go with this one because my ability before this was a healing ability, so I want to balance that out, like I said before. This does, you know, it's a wider radius that it does the damage in, and it reduces the mana cost of it. Always nice. Shrink Ray. Activate to reduce an enemy's let me try to talk here. Activate to reduce an enemy hero's damage. Like it says here, this will decrease their damage rather by 50% and their movement speed by 50% for 4 seconds. This is an active ability. I try to stay away from active abilities because I just want to increase either the effectiveness, either the damage or just the healing effectiveness of my core abilities. And this doesn't really fall in line with that, but it definitely has its place depending on what kind of strategy you're taking. And this one, activate to become invulnerable. This can definitely be useful, especially if you're surrounded by enemies. And you need to do that to just get the hell out of there. Definitely useful. I usually choose, one of these two, of course, because this is pertaining to your core abilities and determining if you want to heal or do damage. So, I would choose one of those. Okay, number 16. Faster cooldowns near full health. Pretty much, well, I mean, that description is pretty self-explanatory. That's a passive ability. So if you're above 80% life, your basic ability regenerates 50% faster, as you can read on the screen. You don't need me to tell you that. That's a passive ability, though. Next one, Moonfire slows targets. Again, self-explanatory. Slows them by 20%. Successive Moonfires deal more damage, have lower cooldown. Okay, that's broken English. So pretty much, it reduces the cooldown by half a second and increases the damage by 10%, and it stacks up to 3 times. I choose this one sometimes, although there's very few occasions where it actually gets use, because I'm usually just doing Moonfire in a big area a lot of times, for siege damage on the towers and everything. And normally, unless I've collected a lot of health globes, I don't have enough mana to just, because I want to do this and then Entangling Roots so I can get my little tree guy to be doing damage, and then by the time I cast all this stuff off, I don't have enough mana for 3 of these in a row, or am trying to do other things and they're not, successive like it says. So more times than not, the one that I'm choosing is Entangling Roots lasts longer. Just because, especially if I've already spec'd Entangling Roots to be doing 100% more damage, of course I'm going to want that to last longer. So more times than not, that's the one I go with. Just because at this point, I've already got my healing abilities. I've got Tranquility if I need it. Regrowth lasts longer depending on what I'm doing. I can afford to do this in damage. Which that's how I always justify it. And for the final ability, Tranquility has increased healing and grants mana. Of course, you're going to be choosing that one if you want to increase that healing ability, provided that you got that one. Or if you want to increase the silence duration and the ability to slow the enemies whenever you cast it, choose that one. The other 3 abilities that we have are active abilities. Like I said, I always try to stay away from these, but I can understand at least 2 of these. So this one, activate to grant shields to all nearby allies. That can be very effective because it shields them for 20% of their maximum health. So 20% more survivability. That's always nice, but it's only for 3 seconds. So, but this is good for a hairy situation where there's a lot of damage at one time. Maybe you're making a push, for their core, and you're just trying to freaking get all the damage done. That 3 seconds could buy you quite a bit of damage if all of your heroes are right there doing the damage, and that 3 seconds can mean everything in winning the match. So this, of course, should only be used in situations where there's a necessity for it. I don't know. I've used that one once or twice. There's not too many situations where it's that hairy that it means that much. So, going on to the next one. Activate to reset cooldowns. This will reset your basic abilities, that being, Moonfire, Entangling Roots, Regrowth. I've never used that. It's not that big of a deal to me to have to wait a second and a half for my abilities. Because if it did your heroic ability, then yeah, maybe. But it doesn't, so that doesn't matter. And the last one. Activate to teleport a short distance. I said this whenever I did the video on Jaina. Sure, you can make a case for this one, but I think these have way more use than that one. Maybe if you're surrounded, you need to just, get out of there and make a run for it. Sure, you could use that, but usually, whenever you're in situations like that, it's too late to decide to choose this one. And then you run the risk of, if you choose it, and then you never need it, well, guess what? You just wasted an ability. You know, don't be wasting abilities like that. So, you know, that I can't see that being more useful than, you know, these right here. So yes, that is my my guide on Malfurion. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button. And if you did dislike it, leave a comment. Tell me why, because I need the constructive criticism, and I welcome it. I welcome it all. If you want to see more videos on Heroes of the Storm or just freaking PC gaming or PS4 gaming in general, hit that subscribe button and check out Gaming Entertainment Network. It really helps us out. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.